This is Tom Fox. I'd like to welcome you to the newest addition to the Compliance Podcast Network, the Compliance Tip of the Day. This is the podcast where we bring you daily insights and practical advice on navigating the ever-evolving landscape of compliance requirements. Whether you're a seasoned compliance professional or just starting your journey, my aim in this podcast is to provide you with a bite-sized, actionable tip to help you stay on top of your compliance game. Join us as we explore the latest trends from the Department of Justice, share some best practices, demystify complex compliance issues to help keep your organization doing business ethically and in compliance, and at the end of the day, more profitably. Tune in daily for your dose of compliance wisdom. Let's make compliance a little less daunting, one tip at a time. Now a word from the sponsor of the Compliance Podcast Network, Ethico.
If you're a compliance officer, middle managers are crucial in getting your programs from you to your frontline employees. But how do we activate those managers and get them on our side? Ethico's new Middle Manager Toolkit equips you with the skills needed to empower your managers, to promote a culture where ethical behavior thrives and employees feel empowered to speak up. Learn how to turn frontline managers into ethical leaders with our new white paper, Empowering Middle Managers as Ethics Champions. And did I mention you can get the whole toolkit for free? Head to ethico.com to download the full toolkit today.
Over the next several episodes, we're going to look at the perhaps most ubiquitous term in compliance, tone at the top. But we're going to drill down and take a deep dive into what a CEO can actually do to facilitate that tone. Obviously, one of the critical elements of an effective compliance program, long before the original formulation of the 10 hallmarks of an effective compliance program, was tone at the top. But it's really more than tone at the top, it's actions at the top. The leadership of an organization, particularly from the CEO, but also other senior executives, plays a pivotal role in shaping the ethical culture and overall mindset towards compliance of your organization, and indeed setting the entire culture of doing business ethically and in compliance. This responsibility extends far beyond simply endorsing compliance initiatives. It requires consistent demonstrated actions that reflect a genuine commitment to ethical behavior and accountability at all levels of an organization. The importance of such leadership was underscored in the original formulation of the 10 hallmarks of an effective compliance program in the FCPA Resource Guide 2012 edition. It continued in the FCPA Resource Guide 2nd edition from 2020, where the 10 hallmarks of an effective compliance program was reformulated into the hallmarks of an effective compliance program. This responsibility was underscored in the 2022 Monaco memo, as well as the 2023 update to the evaluation of corporate compliance programs. Over the next several episodes, we're going to explore how senior management can foster a culture of compliance through practical, actionable steps. By operationalizing compliance into daily business activities, CEOs can set the right tone and ensure that an entire organization aligns with ethical and legal expectations going forward. This will be a powerful week for you. I've also paired it with a 5-part blog post series on the same topic on my blog site. As I said in the opening of this podcast, this month's sponsor of the entire Compliance Podcast Network is Ethico, and they've developed a toolkit for middle managers that will help middle managers in intaking information from employees, and equally importantly, understanding how to respond and how to get the information up to compliance for the decision makers. We've linked to this toolkit in our show notes, so check it out at ethico.com. This is Tom Fox again. This new podcast, Compliance Tip of the Day, will appear daily, and frankly, it's one of the most requested topics for a podcast that I get on a regular basis. It's going to be short and sweet with one tip with some takeaways that you can utilize to implement into your compliance program. If you've got a question that you would like a tip on, please submit them through our website, and we will use them in an upcoming episode. The Compliance Tip of the Day is a production of the award-winning Compliance Podcast Network.